as the world's leader in motorsports coverage presents Speed World.
Jabroni. Jabroni.
Jabroni Cup fever, catch it! Woo! Hell yeah!
All right, welcome back to Jabroni Cup Racing after quite a hiatus due to some COVID issues, some scheduling, some corn dog shortages, but back in the booth with me, Chet McGurk, and my partner in crime, Tad Lowdermilk. Tad, how you feeling tonight?
Nice, and I'm really ready for this race.
It has been quite a long time since we've had some Jabroni Cup action, but it looks like things are getting back on track, so we're going to dive right in. Going down to Darlington, South Carolina tonight, and right now it's got Brian Driggers and Chris Skeen on the front row starting off, followed by Justin Parks and Jacob Parks, and then Chris Everett and Luke Parks coming in next. So we're going to go down the line behind them. It looks like we've got Chris Everett and Luke. Did I just say them? I don't even remember. And then Cole Parks and Pete Cool. So we are getting in. Here we go. Green flag racing. Starting it off real strong. Let's see what happens, Tad. A little bit rusty here, so we could have some technical issues tonight. Just got to bear with us and see what happens. Brian Driggers pulling away in that final fight T-Bird out front. But Chris Skeen in the Pizza Mobile hot on his tail. Everybody else is still too wide. So I'll pull it out a little bit and see what we have going on in the back of the pack. Oh, from out here it looks like Logan Parks bringing up last. That's Justin Parks having some issues, slowing down. Not sure what's going on there. The back of the pack that looks like it's going to get a little bit treacherous. Oh, as soon as we cut to him, Justin Parks, a little kiss to the wall. JD Sides comes right in. Wow, this is not good for the Duke's Mayonnaise Chillon Thunderbird. He is giving up track positions like it's his job. Oh, we've got somebody spinning out up here. Brian Driggers, the early race leader, into the Zardoz car of Jacob Parks. That looks like that could be the day for both of those drivers, and they're still stacking up. We've got the first big one of the season since we've resumed here tonight. That did not take long, Tad.
Yay, new achievement achieved in NASCAR history.
Jabroni. We
Yeah,
don't talk about
Jabroni.
that other series, bro. So that looked pretty bad. Brian Driggers was out front. We're going to take a look and see if we can... I don't know what happened. We just looked up and suddenly he's spinning out on the infield. And boy, when he came back in, that took out quite a few cars. That could be the end of the day for a lot of those guys.
Yeah, wow, that was a big collision. That's probably the collision of the season right there.
That, I have to agree with you, Tad. We've had a pretty clean season so far with a few wrecks, but let's see if we can find out what happened here. Let's pause it. Oh, he just hit the wall. He's still holding on. And just came back down into
Main Street
Chris
got
Everett.
him. Main
Well, I
Street
think,
got him.
yeah, but it looked like he came down into him. But boy, that was a hard hit. I'll be really surprised to see. Wow, look at that pileup. Cole Parks rolling over out there in the 87 Star Wars Thunderbird.
Man, I wonder how mad he would be right now.
I bet he said fried chicken repeatedly in that car. We don't have this in our second season. We still don't have in-car audio yet, but we're hoping to add that later on. But we're working on a shoestring budget here in Jabroni Cup. Let's go back. Wow, just a bad day to begin with for Brian Driggers and all the cars that were swept up into that madness. We're going to try to catch back up to live here.
Even though that's probably a new achievement for that driver that caused it.
Well, he is a rookie.
That should probably give him a little bit of money because, like, it's in a NASCAR Jabroni achievement.
Come on, Tad.
Yeah, I need to get my words right.
Hey, we're all a little rusty. It's been a while. I'm just glad to be back. And boy, what a way to start it off with a big one here. We're only not even 5 laps in when that happened. I'm watching these guys. It's all right. We are coming back up to live here on the P2 cuts. What is going on back there? David Baird, Audi, who looks like his car should probably not be on the track, is holding up the back of the pack as we are still under caution. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I tell you right now, Dane Parks behind him does not look like he's very happy with having to ride behind this car that looks like it's probably not going to last very long out there.
And also, it looks like a car from the
and we've
Matrix.
got Jason Parks getting into the rear of Dane Parks. This is this is so much shenanigans on the caution lap here. I don't. Oh, this is what makes Jabroni Cup racing. You throw the rule book right out the window, and everyone just goes for it. And right there, Jason Parks did not have the patience to hang out behind Dane Parks, and it was all caused by David Baird's Audi. He's got a Chevy Lumina that looks like it's not going to last very long out there. Here comes Dane Parks again. I didn't know if he'd get some payback, but no, he's going to zoom around and go back to his position on the track.
Looks like that purple car has no suspension and it's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yep, I agree with you on that
and
one,
the
Tad.
wheels are just floating above beside the engine, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty weird, isn't it? So, right now, our leader, Chris Skeen, who was right there in the front when everything went down, so he held on to that position with Rusty Hughes behind him. Luke Halton following up JD Sides. Jason Brown, a rookie who has impressed in this young Jabroni Cup season. Let's see who else. Logan Parks has benefited from that because he was at the back of the pack and has shot up. Daryl Parks hanging in there with Pete Cool, Chris Everett, Dane Parks, Jason Parks, Wes Allen, David Baird, and Miles Parks. I saw EJ Lawler head to the pits. That's not a good sign because everyone had pitted and he's smoking. That might be a severe mechanical issue for the Camel Cigarettes Chevy Lumina. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens, but it's looking like this is going to be a race of attrition, at least after that first collision. Yep, he has disappeared into the pits behind the wall, so that's probably going to be the day for Enos Jacker Lawler. We'll see what happens. So we are on lap 7 out of 74, and we've lost, I don't know. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. Right now, we've got Brian Jiggers out, Jacob Parks out, Drew Parks out, Cole Parks out, Luke Parks out. It looks like Cam Cockerham's got a fuel leak. I don't know if he'll be back out there, and EJ Lawler has a piston, so I'm going to guess he's not going to be back out there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars already out of the race, and we're not even 10 laps in. Tad, this is a bit hectic. We've had some clean races. Can't say I saw this coming, and oops, we have hit the wrong button here. We definitely don't want to do that.
Man, I really think that all those people that got hit and now are out of the race are really mad at the people that hit them.
Yep. We could go back and review it. Looked like Brian Jiggers came down on Chris Everett. I don't think Everett got up into him. I think Jiggers was coming down the track and just didn't see him. And all it takes is that little tap, tap, tap on the quarter pad on. He was spinning. And he was okay, and then until he ended up, sliding back out on the track, and that gathered up about half the field. So we're getting ready to restart here in the green. We're going to stick here on the front leader, Chris Skeen, and Sir Pizza Chevy Lumina. See if we can hold on to that position here. Resume racing. Here in Darlington, South Carolina. Jabroni Cup Fever, catch it. We're back.
Man, I wonder if everybody's going to get wiped out or it's just going to be clean racing.
smaller incidents, but I don't think we're going to see anything that big. You never know. Jabroni Cup. All bets are off, and right now we've got Luke Halton. Ooh, getting right around. He's got loose in that turn. He's dropping back. That feels so good. He's a sharp looking people. These back there smacking them all. Luke Halton. We're going to drop a little further back and see what's going on. Logan Parks, the defending Jabroni Cup champ, who started off, it looked like, in the back, but that wreck really benefited him and moved right back up the field. And we're going to see if he can hold on to that position. He pulled down the inside. Oh, he's getting railroaded now. It seems like, Jabroni Cup 101 should be stay on the inside because that's where the speed is on virtually every track it seems. And we got guys who drift up and lose it all. Logan Parks drifting the back to back. Back there, and boy, that thing looks like it's seen much better days.
Boy, that purple Mobile is just way back there.
Parks bringing up the rear of the pack right now. Ooh, Luke Halton into the wall hard. Just unforced errors. I think even all the drivers are rested. We've had such a long layoff, and I think we had some COVID protocol issues and some vacations, and I think the biggest problem was that corn dog shortage. That's what held us up the longest, but now that the corn dog situation is well at hand, we're back. Even these guys are resting. If you're not out there each week and practicing every day at the bleeding edge of speed, you're going to lose that edge. You've got to be right there on it. Wring as much speed as you can out of those Jabroni Cup cars.
Man, I bet those fans will be really mad if they didn't have to
We all remember the corn dog riots in '88. Nobody wanted to see that happen again. Unfortunately, we staved it off. Now have corn dogs lined up for the rest of the season. Chris Skeen into the wall. Boy, this has just been a race of unforced errors. So right now, cool. Right in the light, front of the back. It's like we're seeing everything pulled back around. It's kind of sometimes not a little bit of a delay here. Seems like everybody gets going, and all it takes is one person to lose concentration and drift into that wall, and that shows off. Look, you see Chris Skeen back here bouncing off the wall. It's letting everybody else catch back up to him. Certainly, this race will shake up the standings, especially if these guys can hang on up front. Pete Cool, Chris Everett, Danny Parks, see Jason Parks and friend. Avengers in the word back there, knocking in the livery for the season after having metallic gray one last year. A lot of new drivers, a lot of new cars out there this week, Dad. You have any favorite designs?
Probably Cool Parks.
Yeah, I have to say that is a nice Star Wars car. I'm a big fan of Dean Parks' Hungry Man working for Salisbury Steak. It's tough to pick a favorite.
Yeah, but that steak was so juicy.
Delicious and served in under 5 minutes. Just touch your microwave. Chris Everett into the wall hard. You wonder how much of these cars can take if these guys keep running into the wall. There might not be another accident between vehicles. I think it's just going to be whose car can survive bouncing off the wall so much.
If that's the case, this is probably going to be pretty exciting.
Trying to get some good TV angles as Dane Parks challenging Pete Cool. Pete Cool into the wall. Man, I tell you, these guys are just bouncing off the wall. Right now, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out because we've got guys all over the place. No clear favorites right now. Justin Parks in the back, but his car looks clean. Not too much damage. We'll move on up the field, but he is somehow behind Audi. Let's move up a little bit. The pace car there. Let's go to chase. Oh, I see Logan Parks in the We're riding behind Mitch. That Pokemon Oldsmobile. Keep scooting up. Logan Parks up there high line. And that high line, this guy's getting that high line and just skid right into the wall. Stinky B. Go ahead, Ted.
And that Pokemon mobile just pulled out back. Because
Got up there in the marbles. Yeah. Oh! Whoa!
Oh, that's another collision.
Wow. I was just saying he got up in the marbles and got loose. And Mom's Parks right into his rear end, but they're staying out. Looks like they're okay to keep going, but boy, that's going to
That's going to be a lot of money right there.
Yeah.
For that back. For that back. The rear end of that car.
I tell you, Mom's Parks car does not have as much damage as I would have thought. That was a pretty hard hit. It definitely damaged the rear end of Daryl Parks' car, but Haas's front end still looks pretty good, so keep an eye on that, because, man, this is just, that's kind of crazy. Let's cycle back through. We're up to Jason Brown in 7th. Chris Keene has managed to stay in 6th. He had dropped back, but it's holding on. Luke Halton in 5th. Now we're back to Justin Parks in 17th. This is going to be fighting to stay on the lead lap, it appears. Actually, looks like he's already doing that. Chris Everett in 4th, which is pretty surprising because he's been at the bottom of the standings. I mean, McGurk Motorsports is expecting more out of him, so we'll see if he can hold on to that track position. Jason Parks in 3rd. Pete Cool in 2nd. And Dane Parks holding on to the number 1 spot and getting into the wall as soon as we get in him. That's all it took, apparently, for him to lose his concentration. You know, the bright lights and the cameras are on. Getting that spotlight, you get nervous, you get sweaty palms, that steering wheel slides around in your hands, maybe a little bit, Tad. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you think?
Or maybe he just doesn't really want to race anymore and he's like I'm done with this.
Maybe he's just ready to. Maybe he's got a hungry man waiting for him in the freezer at home, and he's thinking about getting back to that hungry man with a nice cold Strohs, wash it down with, and into the wall again. That's going to let Pete Cool get right around him. I tell you, I think it's going to just come down to whoever can just stay off the wall, you know. JD Sides are in the pits. You know, it's going to be interesting too to see how this affects pit strategy. You know, who's going in when, because you just don't know. There's Rusty Wallace. Sorry about that, Rusty Hughes, aka Bad News battling with Justin Park. He's dropping further back. It looked like the Duke's car had some sort of mechanical issue off that he got it looked like maybe one big lap in and then just started to drop back without any contact. So I'm wondering if there was some sort of mechanical issue, but he is still on the track and picking up points. And that's more than can be said for about 5-6 cars. Walk up in that left, these guys are gonna feel the result of this when the race finishes and they only get a handful of points. Let's see how it all plays out. Back over, see Jason Parks moving the line. It's going up this effort. Gets back up to him. These guys for a second, man.
There was about a collision there. They were like an inch away, and then it didn't. The Avengers car prevented it.
So we're only about 1/3 of the way home. We are on lap 26 out of 74. We've had 4 laps under yellow so far. Really, the only caution was that big wreck at the beginning. Since then, we've had guys banging the wall, and banging off each other a little bit, but nothing major. We'll see what happens. Dane Parks still holding on to that lead. If he can stay off the wall, I'm just going to stay with him for a minute and see what happens. We'll go a little wider out with the little spectator cam here. It looks like Jason Parks just dove down. Maybe a little too wide there. Colin Miles Parks in 14th. Almost, you could smell the championship last season, but just couldn't hold on. He had that incident with Crockerhams, and he was really hoping that the Jabroni Cup officials would investigate that. But rules are pretty lax around here. You know, they're all about just getting out there and getting it. So nothing came of it, but I think there's a little bit of a grudge there. You're not going to get a lot of emotion out of Miles Parks. It's kind of like ice water, but looks like he's still got a little bit of anger towards Cockerham for causing him to shot the championship last season. Watching Daryl Parks on his car. Front end looks good, but that might be the only part that does. We've got some serious damage. Gosh. That's got to be slowing that car down, that much drag. Go on board with him. He's right behind the rest of the Parks. He'll stay on board here and we talk about the 4th over.
And he's right up on his tail, folks.
And you know, like I said, the Duke's mayonnaise Thunderbird looks like it's in good shape. There's got to be something mechanical going on for him to give up this many spots.
Looked like there was a collision there for a minute, but it stopped.
Stacking stakes with Wayne Parks. Too cool, right on his bumper. Maybe changing of the guard here. Let's see if he can finish up his pass. Running out of real estate, but then he saves it. Yeah.
Nice save.
Yeah, I thought he was done. I thought he was going to go up the lead. Top line has been treacherous for anybody who's dared go up there, dig it up in the wall, but he was holding up and maintaining speed. That was a sharp-looking Thunderbird.
Man, I bet that he ate a lot. Hungry man for lunch, and that's what made him pound it.
Could very well be the reason, Dad. We'll just keep the nail on the head. So we're gonna, let's see what we got here. We're on lap 32 out of 74. Fireworks to start off, but now things may be starting to settle down. You know, this attack is really spread out. I kind of hope we get a caution at some point just to get, everybody grouped back up. We've got some guys paired off. We've got Dane and Pete Cool up here in the front. You can see not that far behind them, Chris Everett and Jason Parks. So that's our top four, and then just nobody behind them. This is, if these guys can hold it together, it could be this group deciding the winner, because it looks like there is no one within the same zip code at this point. There's Parks getting to the wall again, but it looks like Pete Cool's going to pit. So we're on lap 34 out of 74. So we'll see if they start seeing some more pit action. We've got some drivers back there. Jason Brown moving into the pits. He's in sixth right now. We'll see how it shakes out. There's Spider McCrinsky in there, getting some of those greasy, smashed up steak-em burgers. I think the key to those burgers is letting them cook out in the sun. They put them in the parking lot, just put the meat directly on the asphalt, let the sun bake it for a couple of days, and smash it together. And that's how they make these burgers, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe they have to clean the asphalt, though.
I don't think they do. I think they just get all that flavor of all those juices and debris out in the parking lot of the asphalt.
And also all the oil and fuel that has been dropped onto the asphalt.
Two white Oldsmobiles going at it. Mitch and the Pokemon holds, although no, Mitch is going to come down to the pits. Looked like he briefly had the lead, so I'm not sure. We might come back around to see if Dane Parks. Dane Parks has pit. He's been the leader. We'll see what happens when everybody cycles back through. That is quite a delicious looking meal on his hood. I have to agree with you there on that one, Dad. I think we all like to do hashtag stacking steaks right now.
I don't think I know what that brown thing is. Either a potato or like bread.
Oh, that is the chocolate. That is the chocolate brownie. That is the dessert. This is the chef's kiss to finish off the meal with the savory Salisbury steak and gravy. You've got your green beans with just a tinge of sweetness and your mashed taters. You can dip in that good meat brown gravy, and you finish it all off with a delicious moist chocolate brownie. And that is the Hungry Man Salisbury steak in a nutshell. And you're making me want one, Dad. We're going to have to be running out to stack our steaks up. We've got some smoke. We've got a caution, folks. Ooh, we're going to have, Josh Bennett almost into the pace car. We're going to search through here. Right off track, we're talking about stacking steaks, and I don't see anybody. Let's back it up. Since we're on Darrell Parks, we're going to stay right here. We're going to back it up and see if we can figure out what happened as we wait to catch up to live.
I wonder what would happen if we actually hit the pace car. I wonder if it would just like move or if it's too heavy and it would just stay there and just keep going. I wonder what would happen. Whoa, we have a collision.
That's Justin Parks. Let's see if we can, he may have just lost it. Let's see. Oh, no, that is Justin Parks and Logan Parks going at it.
Justin Parks' nephew now has rage with him.
Just
Aggressive.
I think they're both at fault there. Justin Parks was drifting up the track. Logan Parks bounced off the wall, but boy, that's not going to buff out. But probably not too bad. Let's see what happens if he. No, he didn't hit a wall, so he should be good to go. But his car was already running slow, and that's not going to help.
Man, I bet that he's really mad and he has a road rage right now. Cause like he got hit by another car, so yeah, that usually happens.
Oh, what happened there?
It looks like he got spun out, I think, because I think somebody hit his tail.
Yeah, what? That looks like it's Luke Halton with Miles Parks coming around to get back into position. I tell you, even when there's a caution flag out there, you are not safe in the Jabroni Cup. That is one thing we have learned. Yeah, Miles Parks trying to get back around. Right into.
He just nailed that car.
We're gonna have to go on board and see get the viewpoint. That was one you don't see that often. Someone just going full speed, teeing off. Wonder if something happened previously that Miles usually not the type of guy who's going to be very emotional out there, but
get out of my way!
Yeah, just plowed through. Even got into Jason Parks, got him into the wall. I don't know if he's trying to get back around. There's no telling, but boy, we are seeing some anger out on the track today. Just some raw anger.
Yeah, I think he's mad that he lost the last championship to Logan. I think that's why.
Wow. Fireworks on the track during green flag racing and on the track during caution laps too. You don't see that in other racing series. That's a strictly Jabroni Cup. It's not a bug, it's a feature. That should be our that should be the catchphrase. We might have to talk with the marketing department for next season. Jabroni Cup racing. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So we got guys out there who are going to battle you no matter where you are. Doesn't matter if you're on the track, off the track, at home, at the drive-thru.
Looks like Miles' crew got so mad at him, they just automatically disqualified him.
Yeah, he may have taken a pretty good amount of damage because that was a hard hit.
Except for that Catawba car, man, that thing was busted up.
It is, but he is still rolling with it, so we're going to see what happens. So we've got our, we're going to wait for things to come back around. As of right now, our stats are showing Mitch McGurk in the lead position. Pico and Dane Parks who are up front. Let's see what happens when we get ready to go green here, hopefully here in a second. We're quite up to our live feed. We're only on lap 39 out of 74. This doesn't say that we rolled over to 40. So, yeah, we're getting some interesting stats here. Comes old David Baird and the Audi Lumina come back around. He must be they're doing a pretty fast right here. Things are typically never dull here in Jabroni Cup racing. Cool. Dan Parks, Chris Everett, Jason Parks, Luke Halton. Looks like we're getting some trouble with our signal here, so bear with us. Hopefully it's going to pass. Rusty Hughes, Chris Skeen, Jason Brown, Wes Allen, Logan Parks, Darrell Parks, Josh Bennett, Justin Parks, and Mitch McGurk. That's our field. Let's see what happens. We're going to keep powering through and hoping our feed doesn't go down. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we're going to go green here next lap on lap 41. So, we're getting there. We're having some cautions. Oh boy, what a dive. Yeah, that pace car wanted to get out of there. I don't blame him. He was not hanging around to have someone run into him. He's getting out of the way for those guys to go green. I don't blame him.
He's like, get me out of here. I don't like this.
Who knows what's up? Green flags are usually right on top of it. Little shaking, little aggressive. Got some guys stepping out back there. Let's see. That's too cool. Strong. Restart. Very strong. I'm not sure if they're first. He's at the back of the pack. So, we'll have it down. Oh, there. Hung in there for a minute. Couldn't maintain him. Quite a battle. As soon as you say that, people get the doors blown off by these cars. We'll check here. Yes, I think this is interesting. This is a conundrum. McGurk is first, everybody 27 plus seconds behind him. Let's see if this works itself out. Got way too much going on to try to keep stats that aren't in the CompuBox 6000 system that we have here. Jabroni Cup. Most of things got a Sega Genesis chip in it, so maybe not the most reliable. Anyways, look at that. Silver bullet. Let's see, that's one of the sharper looking lines up there. Let's see what happens when we get the racing cars. I'm guessing if Mitch can start working his way through the pack, he's going to start getting everybody out. Ooh, this part's in the ball hard. That's become the norm today, not so much the exception. Just bouncing off the walls. Makes it not only strong, look at season. He's pretty high up in the standings. I don't have it handy right now, but we will look at that. As soon as I say that, we did something about that. So right now, up front is the battle for second. We're trying to catch up with Mitch. I'm wondering if he has not pit, or maybe he got a pit in under caution while everyone else had done theirs under green flag racing. Any thoughts on that, Tad? Maybe he just paid someone off?
Yeah, I probably did that.
Maybe he's moving, maybe he's got some pit crew down there selling some illegal corn dogs, you know, on the side. Maybe that's up and out with his track position. He's by himself, so that's the place to be. Nobody around you, so no one can bang into you. We'll cycle back through up to the front of the pack and see what's going on. Dane Park's still up there. Looks like Pete Poole has dropped back. He was up front with him, but could not maintain.
I'm not gonna lie, but it looks like they all have mustaches.
Well, I think a lot of them do that. Especially this being quite a powerful mustache. Probably the best mustache on the circuit.
Yeah. The classic one.
This is fourth place we're looking at. Jason Parks right on his bumper. Threatening to make a pass. If you get on the inside, you're good to go. But make sure you can make a run on the next turn. We were on lap 374. So we're about 2/3 of the way through. When we come in the long stretch, I believe we'll see some definitely I don't know, that caution may have thrown off the pits. I was going to say we're definitely going to see, I think, one more pit stop. I'm not sure the timing after that caution. Ooh, this goes into the wall. That's Jason Parks all right past him. And Pete Poole also. Shift around up here. Mr. Hughes and Dane still up front, but not in first. Mitch back there in the back is maintaining that position. He is sitting really pretty right now. It's going to be really a question of can he have a quick pit stop from that Mitch back position and make some advance race. Got to start cycling. Chris Everett now is going back to ninth. Had a strong start. To maintain it. that pace, these guys could close back in on. This is going to be interesting. At least we've got a little bit of something to look forward here to see if we can get back in this thing. Right now, that is quite a gap. One Mitch has established here. You can see this has been quite a race of the pushing of all the guys on that list of early race. I'm going to hang on this screen for a minute and see if we can see any noticeable. Although we do have leaders up there, so actually we'll go back. We don't get to see all these brand new graphics on our monitor up in the booth for this season, but we've got our top 3 listed in our broadcast presentation this year. We're going to keep an eye on that split. See if Rusty and Dane can try to make this competitive again, at least for the leader. But we might be too busy battling each other to even think about getting back around that little niche. Another Parks on Parks battle between Dane and Jason. Oh! Dane right into the wall. Once again, it seems like that's always the case, doesn't it, Tad? Someone just smacks the wall and lets whoever's behind them get right around them. And then that person comes along and smacks the wall and somebody else gets right. Bit odd up there. Tad. Listen to me, Tad. I'm that rusty too. I can't. Now Jason Parks moving up on Luke Tucker. Yeah, he's in 13th, so we're not going to be happy if he puts up too much of a fight here. Well, it looks like our connection is working itself back out, so that's good. Hopefully all you 1 or 2 people out there didn't miss out too much of the race, eh, Tad?
Yeah.
Still, Mitch Burke. Only lost another second off of his lead, and it's just, he's going to run out the clock at this rate. I wonder if anybody's going to be able to make that up unless he has a disastrous pit stop or a crash. Christine, Pete Cool, and Logan Parks. Once again, inside line is the place you want to be. I bet there are some crew chiefs right now out there really wishing these guys would get that through their heads. We're looking at Pete Cool in 7th place. Teammate Chris Everett up in front on 5th. Dan Parks in 4th. Jason Parks moved up to 3rd. Rusty Hughes, look, he is widening that gap now up here in 2nd. So, man, it's been kind of an odd race, kind of had an odd feel so far. Somehow, David Baird is still out on the track. I would never have thought that after that race. What about you? I don't know, maybe he's probably stuck some beef jerky and bubble gum in between some of those cracks and holes in that car to keep it running. But, you know, you stay out there, you keep earning points for yourself and for your team. That's much better than the alternative being behind the pit wall, like so much of the field today. Chris King into the wall again. Seems like we've been saying that every few minutes tonight. There's Logan Parks. Getting right around Pete Cool. We're on lap 60. 14 to go. Become a little calm here at the end. If these guys stretched out like this, it's going to open up a lot of the clock. No one's going to catch Mitch Murphy at this rate. Looks like he's got it knocked down on that side. Unless he has some fuel issues, we're going to see if anyone has to hit. This is quite another spicy battle between Dane and Jace. They've been going at it here back and forth for a little while. That's a great view of this battle. Oh, I can hear Jason Parks smack the wall from the inside of Dane's car. That can't be good. Yep, just like that, he's opening up a gap on him, but it'll probably just be another minute before he ends up in the wall too. Are we losing you over there, Tad? Drifting off, it's alright. Everyone's readjusting. There's our leader, old Mitch. Just holding on to that 14-second gap. I don't think there's any chance anyone's going to recover and make it a race, at least not for the lead. Looks like Darrell Park's getting ready to go into the pits. David Baird into the pits, so we're going to start seeing some pit row action here. So who we have behind them? Looks like that's West behind them. It's got some cameras on pit row, but kind of hard to see. You would have hoped they could have gotten some more of that damage out of Darrell Parks' Catawba Thunderbird, but he's staying out on the track, earning those points. They're so critical to season standings. Right now, Weston loses the gap to 12 seconds, but there's just not going to be enough race left for Weston to challenge him for the lead. But really, the story is going to be the battle for second between Weston Hughes and Dane Parks if they can get back on the track together. Like just about the rest of the field getting pit road. 9 laps remaining. Also looks like today Pete Cool is running fastest lap, so that's another interesting stat. Coles Motorsports still has 3 cars out there, so that's good. I believe. I think Luke Alton is still out there also. Tad is checked out and asleep in the booth. Not a good day for In-N-Out Burger Oldsmobile. It looks like he's just in no hurry to get out of the pits. Although it looks like they did. Oh, maybe he removed the bumper and picked the sides, so maybe that'll give him a little bit of a boost. Get some of that arrow back, and our leader, Mitch, is in the pits, but I don't think it's going to matter. Unless his car self-destructs. You can hang with him here. See where he ends up back out on the track. It's gotten awfully quiet in there. Let's get around. Duke's team is going to have to take a really deep look at what's going on with that car. Today, but he has remained on the track, and that's certainly worth more than being up there. Trying to catch back around to Rustin Hughes, who is our new leader, and I believe he has already the Hardy pit? We don't know. We can't keep eyes on everything with just one of us in the booth with the other asleep, but that's okay. Tad's had a long day. Nothing wrong with that. It's hard being a door-to-door doorknob salesman during the day, race announcer at night. There's one guy that can pull off its old Tad Lowdermilk. We're going to keep an eye on Rusty Hughes because if he hasn't hit, this is his race to lose. Mitch being 5 seconds behind him, and everybody else forever behind him. 2 laps left. Back full screen. Rusty Hughes could be on the way to his first Jabroni Cup victory at the course line from the bird. That would be quite an achievement for deep fried racing. Well, it looks like the Flying Shindies have taken the team lead so far this season. Logan, Chief batting it out. Chief gets right around and Logan into the wall. Let's see if we can dig out any more racing excitement. This is about as good as it's going to get. Finish off the race here. Lost track of the rear white flag. And we just hit the checker. We could not see. Rusty Hughes going to bring home his first win. I hope I'm not mistaken. We haven't reviewed the stats since we started back up, but it's going to be a big win. There's going to be a lot of silver bullet and of course light flying around on victory lane for Rusty Hughes, bringing it home. Take a look at our unofficial results. Oh, no, they just went official. Rusty Hughes with the win. Mitch McGurk in second. Dane Parks third. Jason Parks in fourth. Chris Everett fifth. Dane drops back to a disappointing 60th finish. Logan Parks 7th, Pete Cool 8th, Jason Brown 9th, and Josh Bennett sliding into 10th place. That'll round out the top 10. We got the rest of them up there on the screen. We'll go ahead through here and see what we got. So point standings leaders. Jacob Parks still at the top. But Logan Parks surging, only 5 points behind. This is a close race with Jason Brown only 11 points back. Rusty Hughes 32. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to end up taking over the lead here in the next race or two. But that's going to be about it for tonight. Darlington, South Carolina, and Jabroni Cup action. We'd like to say thanks to everybody for watching. Get you some rest.